bottom line is it's unlimited. It's unlimited according to the number of investors that we have and the size projects that we want to deal with. But our sweet spot right now is anywhere from 500,000 up to say 5 million for the site. We can then go and do a subsequent raise to put together funding for the homes or the apartments, whatever we're building. The sweet spot is probably 1 to 2 million, something like that. In that kind of price bracket is fairly easy to open and close an offering. Brickraise charges a fee on success of the capital raise. So that's the major fee. We don't charge that fee unless we fully subscribe the amount that we said we're going to raise. So otherwise it's no cost. There is a small cost for us to do due diligence on each project, just our cost recovery basically, because we'll be spending time investigating the site, checking the numbers, talking to valuers, talking to project managers, engineers, architects. So we want to recover that cost, but that's minimal and no more than what a bank would charge you. Funding can take anywhere from 30 to 90 days. The actual raise itself, once we do our due diligence work, can take 7 days. We can go live onto the site in about a week, and then the raise itself can take 7 days to 60 to 90 days depending on the size and what we're offering. Obviously the more attractive the investor terms that the developer chooses to offer, the quicker the raise will be closed. Obviously there's a process involved before we get there. We need to vet the deal, make sure we're happy with it. We need to put it out to our investors, promote it, and then make sure we raise the whole amount of money, get it closed, get the trustees involved, get the funding released. But generally 30 to 90 days is the time period which is reasonable for us to be able to release funding to a developer. I used to be a developer myself, and in fact I still am, and I found one of the major frustrations for me was trying to get funding from a bank. And developers really don't need to be doing that. What they need to be doing is out there working with the planners, working with their agents, working with their engineers, working with their builders, and getting the best deal done that they can for the project. What they don't want to be spending time doing is bumbling around with banks and bending over and trying to do what the banks ask. The rules change constantly, the hoops you have to jump through change constantly. You could be 4 months into an application process and get knocked back at the last moment and you have to start again. The Brickraise process is much simpler. I will know within a week whether or not we think the deal is viable. So within a week, whether we can help you or not, we can work out how to structure that deal, how to put it up live on our site, open the deal to our investors and let them go for it. It's a much simpler process and we really want you to succeed. We're not like a bank who can be looking for reasons to stop a deal. We want to find reasons to make a deal because we believe in real estate. We want to facilitate this. We want to make sure that developers are out there who know what they're doing, who are very competent and confident and able to get a deal done, can get a deal done. That's what we're all about. Developers have got a couple of ways to share proceeds from the development. The first and simplest way is to offer a fixed return to the investor. That might be anywhere from 10, 11, 12% as a general comment. Investors like fixed returns because they know they're guaranteed to get that return on their money no matter what happens. Now for the developer, that can be risky because it means no matter what happens, whether they make a lot of money on the project or make no money on the project, they still have to pay that return on that amount of money. The other way for the developer to do it is to offer the investor a profit share. Now, generally speaking, that passes the risk on to the investor, so the investor will look for a higher percentage return to take on that risk. But the developer doesn't have to pay out profit share if the profits are smaller than what they think. So as a general comment, you might find that the investors are looking for 12 to 15% or somewhere in that range on a profit share. Or it might be that we look at the deal and we determine that for the size of the deal, the type of the deal, that a combination of debt and profit share is better. So between the developer and the team of analysts at Brickraise, we'll work out the best combination and we'll put that up on the site and get it done. A developer can get funding for Brickraise. Firstly, they need to register on the site with us. We need to understand who they are, their bona fides, and get clear about the kind of projects they've done in the past. And then we look at the projects one by one. We list them on the site, we do a due diligence, and then we work out whether it's going to be like a debt offering, a fixed return, or whether it's going to be a profit share offering, or maybe a combination of both. We work out the amount that we need, we work out the timing for it, we can normally lodge the project up onto our site, send it live in about a week once we've done our investigations. And then the raise could take anywhere from 7 days to 60 days, depending on the size of it. Obviously, the bigger the size of the raise, the longer it would take, generally speaking. And conversely, the more attractive the raise is, so the higher the return, the shorter the time period, because people will be more attracted to a high return investment. So the developer's got flexibility to decide how much to offer the investor. The more attractive those terms, the shorter the close time is going to be. But as a general comment, a developer can get funding anywhere from 30 to 90 days from the day we actually accept the deal. That's very comparable with a bank. In fact, in some cases, much better than a bank. Although, try and get bank developer funding right now. It's going to take you 90 to 120 days if you're lucky enough to get it. So Brickraise offers a whole new way and a whole new ease of funding for developers that they don't have to face if they want to go through the banks.